I guess it turned out pretty fantastic, huh?
Your tattoo, there's a story there, isn't there?
None of the women at the Christmas speed dating events seem to be interested in Jane, so she finds herself stopped there. Her mother Mary and her young daughter Lexi are pressuring her to start dating again, which is the sole reason she is there.
Come on, Jane. You need something for yourself.
I have ice cream.
Listen, Mom. Daddy's getting married in a week.
Even though she divorced Lexi's father Mark 5 years ago, they are still close friends. Since Jane will be the best woman at Mark's wedding to Heather, she is even organizing his bachelor party. With her eyes darting like daggers, Heather is not hip to the idea that her husband-to-be's best friend is his ex-wife. Heather feels jealous on how close the exes are, and Jane somehow feeling awkward whenever they're together.
Your dad used to say the only thing constant in life is change.
I thought he used to say a pony doesn't trot backwards.
Jane is lucky to have Gibbons and, well, her friends at the coffee shop. Jane runs into Sue there. Jane wonders who Sue is and believes she's hotter than the cappuccino she spilled down on Sue.
I see you laugh at that. It was a terrible joke. No, it was funny. Where'd she go? Sue.
After the bachelor's party, Jane went with Mark as they need to have taste test for their cake that morning. Surprisingly, she saw Sue, who is actually Mark and Heather's wedding planner. Jane then decides to leave but looks at Sue, and it can be visibly seen they are attracted to each other.
Can I get a ride?
Mary still keeps the truth that the farm is foreclosed, as Jane wonders why Andrea is talking to her mother.
Mom, why was Andrea Hayworth here?
Oh, just stop by.
Jane can't stop thinking about Sue while she is preparing to meet Heather at the shop to try on their dresses. She then meets Sue again, and that's when sparks starts between the two women. Heather tells Jane she has to bring Lexi with her at the airport to meet her parents. And so this was the chance for Sue to be with Jane and invites her to go to the florist.
Jane, would you like to come to the florist with me?
They are now beginning to know each other more, and they are indeed attracted to each other, but somehow still holds the feeling as Sue has to stay focused on preparing for the wedding. Heather, Mark, and Lexi were stuck at the airport as Heather's parents' flight was delayed and they need to stay overnight at the hotel. This means Sue and Jane will have more time together and even attended a yoga class. The two women had another chance to get to know each other more when they did the taste test. Jane shares how she met Mark, but eventually realized she is not really into men and only sees Mark as her best friend. Then Sue invites her for a coffee date. The next day, Sue calls Jane and be with her as they need to try the sleigh for the wedding, but this ended as a date for them. While being so engrossed with their feelings for Jane, Sue somehow forgot to check on important details for the wedding. As they went to see the venue, their supposed to be first kiss was interrupted. Unfortunately, the venue was given to another wedding planner, and Sue was so hysterical as she needs to get the venue for tomorrow's wedding. Jane apologized as Sue tells her she was distracted on whatever she feels for Jane. She tells Jane that her work is now more important than having a new relationship, and so Jane felt broken and left.
Lose focus of what's really important. My job. Let me help. No.
Jane calls Mark without knowing she's on the speakerphone, and everyone, including Heather's parents, knew about her and Sue and what happened to the venue. Now Sue needs to rush and look for another venue for the next day's wedding between Mark and Heather. Mark feeling so upset towards Jane and that somehow the wedding preparations will possibly be changed because Sue falls for Jane. Mary finally tells Jane about the farm and feels so broken as this was the only memory her father left and promised him she will take care of it. Jane thought of an idea so she can help Sue. She wanted to make the barn as the wedding venue for Mark and Heather, but she was upset that she can't seem to decorate the barn properly. Without her knowledge, her friends turned the barn into a very beautiful wedding reception. Jane quickly called Sue and told her about the barn. And so the wedding was pushed through and everyone was so happy and satisfied. The farm is not foreclosed anymore, as Sue got a lot of reservations for her weddings at the barn, and she then asked Jane if they can work together. Then Jane and Sue share their very first kiss under the mistletoe.
Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.